Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada. So when are you planning to leave Missouri?
Michigan Maharaj.
Oh, Michigan.
Yeah, I'm planning to leave on 25th of March.
Oh, 25th of March. Okay, you got
Yes,
a month yet.
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay.
Maharaj, we will miss you.
Where will you go?
No, I'm saying that today is our last day with you, but we will really miss you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'll also miss you. It's been very nice to have your association.
We are very blessed to have your association, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. Nice to see all of you. Yeah, today's the last day. Unfortunately, we have to have another session. Maybe we'll find another course we can teach.
Recording in progress.
Maharaj, today I have chant 15 rounds.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much. So now I want you to keep it up, right?
Maharaj, I will continue it, hopefully. And one last round I'll be at night.
Yes, and then we want you to go on and get initiation.
Yes, Maharaj, hopefully.
And then you can worship the deities nicely. Where are you staying?
Maharaj, in Hyderabad, Pakistan.
Oh, Hyderabad, Pakistan. Okay, good. So, do we have many devotees there?
Yes, Maharaj.
Do you have a temple?
Yes, Maharaj. We have a center. Temple is under construction. So in our center, every weekend on Friday, we have a satsang there, and almost 150 or 200 devotees came there.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, Maharaj. And last year on Janmashtami, Maharaj, there were more than 10,000 people were there on Janmashtami.
10,000?
Yes, Maharaj.
Oh my goodness. That's allowed in Pakistan? They don't mind?
Yes, Maharaj, it's allowed.
Oh, that's good. We'll have to come and visit there sometime.
Yes, please, Maharaj, please do come here. We'll be very grateful to you.
Yes,
Maharaj, please.
Yeah. So many Pakistani are in England. Why shouldn't I come there?
I'm saying, Maharaj, they are in the best position to invite you. They are the locals.
Yeah, they're the locals. Good. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice to go. I like to go places like that. I go to all the usual places.
Generally, devotees are little hesitant to come to Pakistan because almost all the devotees, they generally visit India. And that's the reason generally devotees give that since we are regular visitors in India, so we don't want to come to India. Yeah, generally they are supposed to fill that visa form where it says that have you ever been to Pakistan, and then the whole thing comes up.
Oh, really?
But I've heard of that. Like Anuttama Prabhu was telling me. Even Atul Krishna Prabhu was telling me, that's one of the reasons. Like Pakistan is generally devoid of any practical devotee association, in the sense that it's Maharaj. I would say it's a very dire situation that I can safely say for the last 10 years, hardly any GBC member or Prabhupada disciple or initiating spiritual master has ever visited Pakistan. Despite the fact Pakistan has got their only chance is if they can visit another country for sadhu sangha. So it's actually, nobody. I find it personally very disheartening that nobody cares for Pakistan. Oh. So yeah, it's a fact. And this Bhakti-Shastri was one of that attempt. At least online they can get some sangha. But as you can understand, Maharaj, it's online thing can only do so much, and it's hard any association. And it's on the contrary, because there is so much space in Pakistan and so much potential, so that is generally exploited by other subgroups, Sajya sections, deviants, that kind of elements, unsavory elements.
How many places are there to visit there in the country?
Many places, at least even within this province of Sindh, there are 2 temples which are under construction, full-fledged temples under construction.
Both in Sindh province, huh?
Both in the Sindh province. And with government, not just permission, Maharaj, government grants.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, government grants, not like that. So there's government grants, but despite that, for all practical purposes, we do not highlight that because we don't want to, invite the wrath or the envy of other unsavory elements. But the fact of that, that's there. So then we try to take care of that. But at the same time, we are very much, in need of advanced devotees, your good self visiting. Nobody really visits. Yeah, nobody really visits. But devotees are more than happy, and they are very Sindhi. I've been there, so they are very, very hospitable people. Very, very hospitable people. Very amiable, and devotees. I'm pretty sure devotees will be taken very good care of if they go there. And there is no question. There is no insecurity. It's just perceived.
So I should wear civilian dress, so I shouldn't go in dhoti and that.
When you are entering, that's just in the airport.
Just in the airport.
Just in the airport, not otherwise. I could wear saffron. I could give classes in saffron. I could even walk in the streets wearing, having bead bag, chanting my rounds. These devotees, Maharaj, many of these devotees go to their universities, and some of them even wear tilak. There's hardly any problem.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Come, they will find it very pleasantly. They will be pleasantly surprised if only devotees come, Maharaj. They are the best person to invite you. I myself am an outsider. Practically, according to this definition of the state, I'm from the enemy country. but you are certainly most. It will be really a treat, Maharaj, if you choose to come, Maharaj. You can only with folded hands. All arrangements will be made, Maharaj. Everything will be taken care of if you choose to. Should you choose to visit? Should you choose to visit? Yeah.
So I'll try to arrange it in my schedule. I'll try to arrange some visit.
Anytime, Maharaj. Anytime. Even if you something if you choose to visit during festival, just like they were talking about the Janmashtami festival.
Yeah.
So that was humongous. That was humongous. You got to see it to believe your own eyes. It was humongous. And they're not like, obviously, that like, as Rakhimaji was telling, they're not 10,000 devotees, they're 10,000 visitors. But even if there are 200 to 300, what do you
okay. Do you have a lot of Chinese come there?
Chinese, no, maybe on an official level, but not like that. Just like in the universities, as I have seen, I have seen Sri Lankans. In the university, I have noticed Sri Lankans. Certainly devotees, certainly students from, I'm sorry, not devotees, certainly students from Jordan, Palestine. So they do come. But I've seen many Sri Lankans also. Some Sri Lankans, yeah. Seen that.
No, because I brought Chinese to Nepal last year. We were in Nepal for Janmashtami, a group of Chinese, and I brought Chinese to Sri Lanka also. We were there in Sri Lanka. I just wonder, if it's because nowadays Chinese very very difficult to get a visa for India.
Yes, yeah, nowadays. Nowadays,
if Pakistan is quite near to China, it might be easier for them to come to Pakistan. They like to travel.
That's an easy one. That's an easy one. Coming to Nepal, coming to Pakistan, that's an easy one. Relatively easy.
Okay, we'll look into this.
Road is sometimes just like today is like what 11th? Yeah, day after tomorrow. There's one of the participants here. Possibly she has not come, and maybe tomorrow she will be traveling to Nepal. Day after tomorrow, she's going to be initiated. One of like the students here will be initiated day after tomorrow from His Holiness Halda Swami Maharaj. So even for an initiation, you have to travel to Nepal. Sometimes you have to travel to Dubai. If not, like generally devotees get initiated online. Most of them sitting over here who are initiated have been initiated online. So like Hari Priya Radha is sitting here, Krishna Priya is sitting here. Most of them have got the initiations online. So it's because, in fact, yeah, I mean, it's actually Maharaj, it's very, it's very sad. It's very, that most of the devotees haven't, those who are initiated have never even met their guru in their life. Thanks to this situation. So if you choose to visit Maharaj, we will be highly grateful and honored.
Okay, who's the contact person if I come there?
Maharaj, Krishna Priya will arrange, and then the local temple president here, Kanhaiya Krishna, or even there is a national council in Pakistan. So the chairman of the national council, he can also help you. Yeah, look, it's all in very much in contact. I mean, we couldn't be doing this without their support. Very supportive Maharaj. Very, very supportive. They are very, very welcoming, and
okay.
They will be happy to host you, Maharaj.
Okay, good.
I mean, it's the other way around. Tell us, Maharaj, we will chase you. We will follow you. We will chase you.
Okay, that's nice. I like that. I need that kind of encouragement. Okay, so let's share. Yeah, sharing is not turned on yet. Yeah, is it turned on now?
Yes, they turn on, Maharaj.
Okay, thank you. Okay, are you able to see the PowerPoint, everyone?
Yes, Maharaj.
I hope so. Okay, so we're on this point now, surrender. We're hearing about surrender in this section of the Bhagavad Gita. This is the final section of the Bhagavad Gita, remember? We covered up to 54, we heard about Brahman, And we heard about Paramatma. Now we're going to hear about surrender. Oh, sorry, not that. The attitude of surrender, right? Here's a quote from the Ishopanishad, Mantra 14. The Lord comes here to re-establish the principles of religion. And the basic principle is the development of an attitude of surrender to Him. This is the Lord's last instruction in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman paragyasya mamikam sharanam braja. Give up all other processes and just surrender unto me alone. Alright, and here you can see the breakdown of the rest of the chapter. First of all, 55 to 60, Lord Krishna is speaking about Bhakti and Buddhi Yoga. And then 61 to 63, we'll hear about surrender to the Super Soul. We have to surrender to Krishna in the heart. That's very important for you in your situation. You don't have the physical presence, so you have to surrender to Krishna in the heart. And then 64 up to 66 is surrender to Krishna. And then 67 to 71, we'll hear about the importance of preaching Krishna consciousness. So like this is a very important section, the final section here in the Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna speaking about bhakti. Surrender to Krishna, surrender to the Super Soul, preach. So important. So we have a little exercise for you. We want to make sure you're all reading these verses. We want you to take a partner and discuss which verse is significant for you. Identify not only one verse, but which verses do you consider very important verses in this final section, 55 up to 78. And what is their relevance for us? All right? We'll give you 10 minutes to do this. We want to hear from you. Have you all got Bhagavad Gitas with you?
Yes, Maharaj. Yes,
Yeah?
Maharaj.
Okay, good. So go through, get your Bhagavad Gita out, go to the 18th chapter and start from 55 and just read the verses. You don't need to read the purports, and just pick out which verses you think are really significant there and why. What is their relevance for us? That's wrong spelling, isn't it? Krishna, spell it.
Krishna, have you divided the groups?
No, Prabhu.
You want me to do that?
Maharaj, Do we have to make the breakouts room?
No, I don't think so. I just want you to look through the verses yourself. It's an individual exercise. And we'll hear. you've had enough time? Can everyone come back again? All right. Would someone like to tell me a significant verse in this section? What you consider to be a significant verse? Just give me one verse. Which verse did you consider to be the most significant?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanvat Pranams.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Verse number 6.
Verse number what?
Verse number 67.
Okay,
67.
can you read it? 67. Okay, read it to me.
This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not assured or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me.
Well, is that really important for us now? You know, in our Krishna consciousness movement, do you have any, when you have your programs, when you have like Janmashtami or like that, are you particular? Do you check on the people coming to the programs? I heard you had 10,000 people at Janmashtami. Did you check on them to see if they were envious or not?
No, Maharaj.
No, we don't usually check, you know. And similarly, when Prabhupada went to the USA, you know, he didn't, you know, he had, his programs were open to people. And generally, wherever, you know, all the countries I visit, programs are usually open. They're open to the public. People can come. We don't really check them to see, you know, we don't interview them. Some places they do, you know, there are some places where they'll check on you before they let you in. But in our own institution, we're quite liberal. So, you know, I wonder, how is that really relevant for us, that verse?
Actually, Maharaj, according to me, like, as in mentioned in the verse 67, we should not explain these signs to those people who are not interested, who are just interested in only arguments and not sincere in learning. Like engaging.
Yeah. Yes, if, you know, if people come with an argument, with that mood of arguing, yeah, of course, we generally tell them better you go some other place. Yeah. We often, you would get that sometimes. I was with Prabhupada one time, and Prabhupada gave a lecture, and one man, we were in London, so it's a Christian country, and one man stood up and he started talking about Christianity and like this. And so he was challenging. And Prabhupada didn't respond. He turned to one of the senior devotees who was a sannyasi, and he told him, "You answer him." But you will get that sometimes. You get people who come, they challenge, and they don't really come to hear. Anyway, you know, we have when people ask questions like that, challenging questions, we can refuse to answer. But usually we allow people to come to attend, so long as they don't disturb. You know, if they disturb, sometimes it would happen in the early days in the 1960s when Srila Prabhupada was there in the USA. Some people would come and they would disturb. But Prabhupada's solution was, bring a plate of prasadam for him. And they give the man a big plate of prasadam and let him eat. And then there'd be no more disturbance. So Prabhupada would solve the problem like that by giving them prasadam and keep them quiet. But in Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, text 34, it mentions about inquiry, and it says inquiries should not be challenging and they shouldn't be ridiculous also. They should be reasonably sensible questions. So there is some standard. But generally we're quite liberal and we do let the public come. Different denominations come, we don't mind. So long as they keep quiet. So long as they don't disturb our program, we let them sit there. Okay, someone else? Another verse? Yes, Hare Krishna.
I think so. Like 66 verse is most relevant if we also see for the people from outside. But in my opinion too, there are like, if primarily we say that 66 verse is important or significant, but other verses like especially the 70 and 78 are also relevant to myself. So yes, Maharaj.
Okay, 66, of course, that is Sarva Dharmam Parigyashna, right? Where
yes,
Krishna is saying we should surrender everything. Give up all your dharmas and take shelter of me.
Yes.
So, what dharmas do we have to give up to surrender?
Sorry, Maharaj?
Well, Lord Krishna is saying give up all your dharmas.
Yes.
And saying to Arjuna, so I'm asking you, what dharmas do we need to give up in order to surrender?
Like here in Pakistan, if I see, Maharaj, there are many people who are following blind religion, which are not mentioned in the scriptures, or who don't give us, like, being a soul, we always like seeking after eternal happiness. So there are a lot of religions who just provide temporary peace and temporary happiness. So the religion, like the like to practice Krishna consciousness will give us that happiness. So I think this verse shows that.
Yeah, but what particular dharmas do you need to give up? Any special dharma? Is it, because Krishna is saying give up all your dharmas. So what is he talking about? What do we have to give up?
I think, Maharaj, all those material, all those things which are pulling away us from taking Krishna consciousness.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what we need to give up is the bodily concept of life. And we need to give up, like Srimad Bhagavatam says, talks about Kaitava Dharma. Have you read the Srimad Bhagavatam?
I'm still on Canto 1. Yes, Maharaj, little bit.
So in the Canto 1, in the very beginning, yes. First chapter, the second verse, Krishna says, he talks about Kaitava Dharma, cheating religion.
Yes.
Right? Cheating religion. And we have to give up that kind of mentality. Kaitava Dharma, cheating religion, just like people go to the temple or go to the mosque and they pray to God and they say to God, oh, I love you, but they're thinking, where's the money? So that kind of religion, if we just go to, can you hear me okay?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah. So that kind of mentality, business mentality, that's not real religion. You see, if you go to God with a business mentality. So we want to give up that kind of nature. Okay. All right, somebody else? Another significant verse?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes, go ahead. What's your verse?
Verse number 65 Maharaj.
Oh, 65.
Manmana bhavamada bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mama evasya satyam te pratijane priyo shime. Always think of me as Krishna is offering us to surrender me, and this shows the relevance with our life or with our duties. Yeah, with our Krishna consciousness or with our bhakti.
Yeah, Lord Krishna wants us to do 4 things, right?
Yes.
Engage our mind in thinking of Him, become His devotee, worship Him, and offer obeisances to Him, or offer homage to Him. So that's the first half of the verse. And then the second half of the verse, Lord Krishna says, he uses the word satyam. Do you know this word satyam? Satyam means vow. Lord Krishna is making a vow. He said, I promise you this. So there's some joking goes on about this, because when Arjuna may say, well, Satyam, you're saying like this, but actually you people from Mathura, you use this word Satyam all the time, and you never keep your word. You give these vows, you say like this, but you never do it. So difficult for me to take it seriously. But Lord Krishna says, no. He said, I promise you this because you're my very dear friend. So, because you're my very dear friend, I won't do anything to disappoint you. So yeah, that's a very nice verse. That is, well, in that section, remember yesterday I spoke about how there are 3 levels of knowledge. There's confidential knowledge, then there's more confidential knowledge, then there's the most confidential knowledge. Do you remember what was the confidential knowledge?
Yes, Maharaj. The Brahman knowledge.
Knowledge of Brahman, right? Where was that mentioned? Which verse? Brahma.
18.63.
No.
18.64. 64.
No, 54. Brahma Buddha. Brahma Buddha. Right, you got it. That's the verse. So Krishna is speaking about, that's confidential knowledge, right? And then more confidential knowledge, what's he speaking about?
Knowledge of the Paramatma.
Yes, right, yeah. And now he's speaking the most confidential knowledge. Yes, he's talking how we have to approach Swayam Bhagavan, Lord Krishna. We have to engage our mind in thinking of Him. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishasi satyam te pratijani priyosime. Right? So 4 things. First is engage the mind to think of Krishna. Very important. That's why we have to chant Hare Krishna. It will help us to remember Krishna, to think of Krishna. Very important for us. Right? So that is the most confidential. And that verse was already quoted earlier. Do you remember this verse? It was the first half of the verse was quoted at the end of the 9th chapter. The 9th chapter, what's the title of the 9th chapter? The most confidential knowledge. Right? So the same 4 things were mentioned at the end of the 9th chapter. And then and now at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is mentioning them also. Good. So 64, 65, 66, 67. Okay, any other verse somebody wants to offer?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
I get the verse number 57 and 58, which are like, in all activities just depend upon me and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. And if you don't work in that consciousness, you will be lost. I guess that's the most relevant we can come across, because basically Krishna telling us that how to be engaged and how to keep thinking about him and be conscious about him, or else we are basically lost if because we go here and there but not him, so basically we get lost. So
right. Okay, good. Yeah. So we have to have that consciousness fixed on Krishna. Yes. Okay, very nice. Any other point?
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Verse number 55 is also important, because in this verse Krishna is telling how someone can attain God, or how someone can enter the kingdom of God only by doing the devotional service, pure devotional service. So it is also important.
Okay, very good. Yes. We all want to go back to Godhead. We like to go to Krishna's abode. So Krishna is telling us how we can do it. Very nice. Okay, we'll go ahead. Let's see what else here. Central point of Bhagavad Gita. Shrinu me paramam vacha. Hear from me. Paramam vacha is supreme instruction. Right? Shrinu me paramam vacha. What is that supreme instruction? Here you can see the 4 things we have to do. This is 1865. Begin 64. The supreme instruction. Hear from me the supreme instruction. And then Lord Krishna says, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Right? So the mind, we have to think of Krishna. Very important for us. When we chant, we have to hear. It's important for us to hear. Sometimes devotees would say, what to do with the mind, Prabhupada? What about the mind? Prabhupada said, you use your tongue to chant and you use your ear to hear. He said, there's no question of the mind. If you're hearing and concentrating on your chanting, the mind will be controlled. You have to use your mind to do these things, you see? So it's not that the mind has nothing to do, but the mind helps us to chant and to hear. That's how you have to use your mind. And we have to become a devotee. Become my devotee. What does it mean to be a devotee? Well, it means we will think of Krishna. We remember Krishna. We chant the holy name. A devotee will chant the holy name. It's not other things which are important, like the dress and so on, although that can help, but what's important really is chanting of the holy name, that they will chant and they like to hear, they take pleasure in hearing about Krishna. Then Madhyajimam, they worship me, they worship Krishna. They worship Krishna, maybe they go to temple, maybe they keep Tulsi at home, worship Tulsi. They may have only pictures, that's all right, we can worship Krishna. Some people worship Krishna in the mind. And Namaskuru, bowing down before Krishna. Some people don't like to bow down, but Prabhupada said if you don't bow down to Krishna, you have to bow down to old age, you have to bow down to disease, and you have to bow down to death. But devotees are happy to bow down to Krishna. And by bowing down to Krishna means in the future there'll be no more old age, disease and death. Okay? So this is the most confidential knowledge. this verse 65. And I said it comes twice, these two lines. And here's 66. Of course, it's a well-known verse. And generally people think this is the goal of all points. And there's a discussion, though, between Lord Chaitanya and Ramananda Roy. Lord Chaitanya met with Ramananda Roy, and Lord Chaitanya asked Ramananda Roy to give some verses from scripture about the goal of life. So at one point Ramananda Roy quoted this verse, but Lord Chaitanya rejected it. He said, no, he said, people may surrender for different reasons. You know, if people come and they want to surrender, they give up everything and they want to surrender to Krishna. Just like there was one man in Hong Kong, and he came to meet Prabhupada, and he told Prabhupada, he said, Swamiji, I want to take sannyas. So Prabhupada looked at the man and said, why? And the man said, oh, I have a wife and 4 children at home. It's unbearable. So, of course, Prabhupada did not give that man sannyas. But anyway, you know, the point is people come with different motives about why they want to surrender. Some people want to surrender, they say, I need a place to eat and sleep. You know, they don't come with the real mood of surrendering to Krishna and doing service for Krishna, but they come for their own material benefits. So that's not very good. So Lord Chaitanya, he didn't accept this verse as being one of the real goals of the ultimate goal of teaching of Krishna. He wanted to see more opportunity for devotion. And so this verse, it was not accepted by Lord Chaitanya when he spoke with Ramananda Rai. But when we're studying Bhagavad Gita in our initial stages, it's certainly an important verse. And it's one of the main verses in the Bhagavad Gita. We want to surrender to Krishna. And Krishna says surrender, but he didn't show us how to surrender. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya came 500 years ago. Krishna came again, and he comes as a devotee. And as a devotee, he shows all of us how we can surrender to Krishna. You see? Krishna just gave the instruction, but he didn't actually demonstrate how to surrender. But then Lord Chaitanya came, and he showed how to surrender. So give up all varieties, sarva dharmam pariyajna. Give up all dharmas, right? Because often people they have material motivation. So I was saying about kaitava dharma, cheating religion. You don't want to do that. That should be given up. Yeah, we want pure devotion, surrender to Krishna. That is the real point of Bhagavad Gita. So here's a quote from Prabhupada's purport, chapter 18, verse number 66. Now, in summarizing Bhagavad Gita, the Lord said that Arjuna should give up all the processes that have been explained to him. He should simply surrender to Krishna. In other words, devotional service to Krishna in full consciousness is the most confidential part of knowledge. And this is the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. Right? And from the preface, instead of satisfying his own personal material senses, he has to satisfy the senses of the Lord. That is the highest perfection of life. The Lord wants this and He demands it. One has to understand this central point of Bhagavad Gita. Our Krishna consciousness movement is teaching the whole world this central point. Not everyone understands this central point, right? So what does surrender mean? Right? Surrender means, here we've put the different, you'll see there are 6 items of surrender. So we put the Sanskrit and then the English translation. So Sadvida Sharanagati, 6 methods of surrender. First one is Anukoyasya Sankalpa, to accept everything favorable. Right? What is favorable? Who can say? What can we accept? Let me hear someone say, what are you going to accept? What is favorable for devotional service?
Krishna Prasad.
Go ahead. Let me hear. Yes, what is favorable? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, prasadam, eating prasadam, okay. Yeah, anything else besides prasadam?
Association with the devotees.
Yes, association with devotees. Something else?
Always depend on Krishna.
What?
Always dependent on Krishna.
Always depend on Krishna. Well, that's something else. That's another point. Accepting every... Huh?
Enthusiasm, patience.
No, those are qualities. That's something else. We want to know the different practical activities which are favorable.
Doing service, Maharaj.
Yes, doing service. What service though?
Like deity worship.
Oh, okay. Worship the deities, yeah, if you're qualified. If you have deities, yeah. I mean, except things like kirtan and hearing the Shastra, these kind of things. Chanting the holy name, right? Okay, and then
reading scriptures.
well, that's another point. I just want practical activities, right? So anuko yasha sankalpa, and then pratiko yasha varjanam. Pratiko yasha varjanam means reject everything unfavorable, right? What are you going to reject?
Associating with worldly minded peoples.
Well,
Bad association.
Well,
Using excess of mobile.
Avoid intoxication.
Intoxication, yes. Reject intoxication. Reject also. Huh?
Avoid meat eating.
Non-devotees. Meat eating, non-devotees.
Meat eating, yes. Meat eating. We also reject meat. Intoxication, gambling, illicit sex. These things are all unfavorable and rejected, right?
Rajal.
So those. Prajalpa, nonsense, idle talk. All right, things which is not in relation to Krishna, yes, should be given up. Number 3, Rakshishyatiti Vishwaso, meaning firmly convinced that Krishna will give protection. Right? Krishna will protect. You don't need a big dog. You don't need to keep a gun. You don't need a security guard. We just have to have faith in Krishna. Krishna will give protection. Right? Can you think, did Prabhupada show that mood?
Yes.
How?
when he was traveling towards America, he was totally alone, without a penny. He was totally surrendered to Krishna. Like he was totally, he was.
Yeah, and he was on the boat, right? And big waves crossing the ocean. It was not easy. His heart had a difficult time. But he was convinced that Krishna would give protection. We say, Mare Krishna Rake Ke, Rake Krishna Mare Ke. If Krishna wants to kill someone, no one can save him. And if Krishna wants someone to live, no one can kill him. So a devotee is convinced Krishna will give protection. Alright, then the fourth thing, Goptretve Varanam Tata, meaning firm conviction that only nobody else other than Krishna will maintain. Krishna is maintaining everyone. He's maintaining the devotees. Right? We are maintained by the grace of Krishna. It's not that, oh, somebody's giving the donation every month, so he's maintaining a temple. No, we're maintained by the grace of Krishna. Prabhupada gives the example about the elephant. He has to eat several kilos, but every day he gets his food. No elephants are dying of starvation. They get their food. And even little insects, tiny ants, they also have to get a grain of sugar every day. And they also get their food. It's all arranged by the grace of Krishna. Krishna provides for everyone. So as you said, Prabhupada went to America with no money. Krishna was maintaining him. How could you manage in America with no money? Krishna provides. And then Atma Nikshepa, meaning self-surrender, acts and thinks as Krishna's desire. He has no desire other than Krishna's desire. That is Atma Nikshepa, or self-surrender. Right? We may have our desires, but we should think, what is Krishna's desire? That is important. That is what's most important. Krishna's desire. Okay? And then finally, Karpanye, meaning humility. Very important. Devotees have to be humble. Lord Chaitanya teaches us, think of ourselves lower than the straw in the street. Think of ourselves like in our spiritual dimension, 1/10,000th of the tip of the hair. Be humble. Amanena manadena. Offer all respect to others. And we don't expect any respect for ourselves. It's very important. So that humility. The more a devotee is advanced, the more humble they'll be. Right? Humility is so important. The Goswamis were so humble. They were bowing down to everyone. So these are the 6 items of surrender. Right? Going to surrender. We have to meet all these requirements. So it's important to know these kind of things. People often ask us, what is surrender? What does it mean, surrender? You can tell them these things. Accept everything favorable. Accept association and kirtan and satsanga. And reject everything unfavorable. Reject intoxication, gambling, meat, fish and eggs, and illicit sex, all these things. Reject all the nonsense. and then be convinced that Krishna will protect us. And Krishna is maintaining us. We don't need to worship any demigods to maintain us. Krishna is maintaining everyone. Some people think, oh, I have to do my Durga Puja, or I have to worship Hanuman, I have to worship Lord Shiva. No, Krishna is the maintainer, and Krishna is the protector also. All these other devas, all these other gods, they're empowered by Krishna. So then surrender is to have no desire other than Krishna's desire. And humility, very important. So this is surrender. 6 items Lord Krishna told Arjuna, surrender. Here's a quote from Prabhupada's purport, text 78. One must become a devotee of Krishna, and the essence of all religion is to surrender unto Krishna. The last instruction of the Gita is the last word in all morality and religion. Surrender unto Krishna. This is the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Right? So sometimes people are confused. They think, where is the morality? Krishna is telling Arjuna to go and kill, to go and fight. They do not understand that what is real morality. Real morality is to take shelter of Krishna, to surrender to Krishna. All right? In all activities, depend upon me and work always under my protection. Buddhi yogam upashritya. In such devotional service, machita satatam bhava. Be fully conscious of me. Oh, okay, so text 57. Someone had cited this verse, I think. Chetasya sarva karmani mai sanyashamat para. Buddhi yogam apashritya machita satam bhava. So Lord Krishna is saying, machita, be conscious of him all the time. Satatam bhava, be fully conscious of him. So we want to perform our activities remembering Krishna. You can see how this verse also talks about surrendering, working always under my protection, right? We should know Krishna is there to protect the devotees. So in all activities, we can do all different activities for the pleasure of Krishna. We work for Krishna, and we offer the fruit for Krishna. So being a devotee doesn't mean we stop work. And being a devotee means we should be active. Prabhupada he said, just like Hanuman was active in the service of Lord Rama, and Hanuman fought so bravely for Lord Rama that they could defeat Ravan, and they could kill Ravan and put Ravana's younger brother on the throne. So this way, Lord Hanuman was fighting he was a hero in the battle of Lanka. And then at Kurukshetra, Arjuna was a hero. So there were these two great battles in the world, one in Lanka and one at Kurukshetra. And in both these battles, the heroes in the battles were both Vaishnavas. Hanuman was a hero at Lanka, and Arjuna was a hero at Kurukshetra. So the Lord arranges like that for his devotees. They work. Devotees work. Devotees are not to sit idle. And Prabhupada liked to see the devotees always busy in Krishna's service. Alright? So, from Prabhupada's purport on this verse, 57, one has no goal in life save and except acting in Krishna consciousness, just to satisfy Krishna. And while working in that way, one should think of Krishna only. I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. While acting in such a way, one naturally has to think of Krishna. This is perfect Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness is being described for us. We want to know, what does it mean to be Krishna conscious? We have to think of Krishna. Don't think of others. And act for Krishna also. And you have whatever duty you've been given, you do it for Krishna. Just like Hanuman was fighting, Arjuna was fighting, someone else doing business, making money for Krishna, okay, not a problem. Prabhupada's purport continues, now one may argue that Arjuna was acting under the personal direction of Krishna. But when Krishna is not present, how should one act? If one acts according to the direction of Krishna in this book, as well as under the guidance of the representative of Krishna, then the result will be the same. So sometimes people say, I want Krishna for my guru, just like Arjuna. Yes, okay, if you want Krishna for your guru, then you have to be a disciple like Arjuna. Unless you're on the level of Arjuna, Krishna won't want you as a disciple. So people may say they want to have a great guru like Krishna, so you have to be a great disciple like Arjuna. But still, the devotees, we have the devotees there representing Krishna, and if we act under the guidance of the representative of Krishna, you get the same effect. So that Lord Krishna arranged for the parampara, the disciplic succession, right? From Krishna to Brahma, Brahma to Narada, Narada to Vyasa. In this way there's a line of disciplic succession. And Srila Prabhupada was the 32nd in that line of spiritual teachers, and the devotees who are in the Krishna consciousness movement, they represent Srila Prabhupada and they act on behalf of Srila Prabhupada. Just like in other sampradayas, like in the Sri Vaishnava sampradaya, the devotees there, they all represent Ramanuja, Ramanujacharya. He was the Acharya in the line of Sri Vaishnavism, and he was there over 1,000 years ago. Just a few years ago, they celebrated the 1,000th year of the disappearance, of the birth of Ramanuja. So Srila Prabhupada, he is our founder Acharya, and we are acting as representative of Srila Prabhupada, who represents Krishna. Of course, Prabhupada follows his own spiritual master, and his spiritual master comes in the line of parampara. So connection is there, and the result of the connection is purity and power, potency. Just like when you're connected to the power station, then you get electricity supply. If there's some problem with the connection, there'll be no power. So similarly with the parampara, there has to be a good connection between Krishna through the line of disciplic succession to the present day. And when the line of connection is good, then the result is that devotees all become empowered and they can perform wonderful activities. They can publish and distribute many books, and they can open many temples, and they can bring many people to Krishna consciousness. So you can judge like that, how people are empowered by Krishna, how many people they're able to bring to Krishna consciousness. All right, we'll go ahead. Here we see parampara, evam parampara praptam. Right? One should act according to the order of Krishna. This is a very important point. That order of Krishna comes through disciplic succession from the bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, the spiritual master's order should be taken as the prime duty of life. If one gets a bona fide spiritual master and acts according to his direction, then one's perfection of life in Krishna consciousness is guaranteed. That's from Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, verse 57, purport. So it's important. You need to have that connection with the spiritual teacher. There's a verse. Yeah, there's a verse in Bengali that everyone has got a mother and father. Every living entity has got a mother and father, but only the fortunate soul has got Guru and Krishna. And by the grace of Guru, he gets Krishna. Right? Janami janami sabi pita mata pai, Krishna Guru nahi mili, bhaja hari ai. This is Bengali, right? We sing every morning, Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado, Yasya prasada nagati katopi. Right? By the mercy of the spiritual master, we get the mercy of Krishna. And without the mercy of the spiritual master, then it's very difficult to get Krishna. So, like that, the connection with the spiritual teacher is very important. Here you can see in the illustration, Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati, he's giving initiation, maybe Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was initiated. He first met Bhakti-Siddhanta in 1922, but they lost connection. But later on, they were reconnected, and Prabhupada was initiated in 1933 at Allahabad, a place which is now called Prayagraj. Prayagraj, the place where the Ganga meets the Yamuna. So Prabhupada had a pharmaceutical business there in Prayagraj, and they opened the Gaudiya Math. They have a Gaudiya Math temple there. So Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati came, and at that time our founder Acharya, Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, was initiated. So, Bhagavad Gita, there's a disciplic succession. Here, Sanjay is speaking. Evam parampara prab vyasa prasadash Shatravam etad guyam aham param. By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talks. Right? So who's speaking? By the mercy of Vyas, I have heard these most confidential talks. Who's speaking? Yes, anybody know?
Sanjay. Oh, sorry, Sanjay. Yeah.
Sanjaya, yes, Sanjay is speaking. By the mercy of Vyas. Sanjay, and who's he speaking to?
Dhritarashtra.
Yes, yes, Dhritarashtra, right. It's got to speak. He's telling Dhritarashtra wanted to know about the situation. The very first verse, Dhritarashtra spoke. So Sanjay is telling Dhritarashtra, by the mercy of Vyas, I've heard these most confidential talks. One has to understand Krishna not directly, but through the medium of the spiritual master. The spiritual master is a transparent medium. Although it is true that the experience is still direct, this is a mystery of the disciplic succession. Oh. So this is a mystery, that the experience is direct, but the spiritual master is the transparent medium. He's connecting us to Krishna through the parampara. The Bhagavad Gita, verse 75 of the 18th chapter, purport. Alright? We'll just look over what we're supposed to have understood from this 18th chapter. We identified and discussed significant verses mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita in this section, 56 up to 78. Then, mood and mission. We've been talking about the importance of surrender to Krishna as the ultimate conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, with reference to appropriate references from the Bhakti-Shastris. Surrender to Krishna is the conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita, right? Examples of Prabhupada displaying the 6 items of surrender in his behavior. Yeah. Prabhupada was very humble. Prabhupada depended on Krishna for protection, for his maintenance. And Prabhupada avoided all the sinful activities, and he was always eager for kirtan and programs, preaching. Then the importance of the attitude of service, right? The devotees, service is important. We want service. We like service. We're eager to have some service for Krishna, because it's service which purifies us and which brings us closer to Krishna. So we have to have that mood, but that we want service. Be greedy for service even. Then we substantiated the importance of surrender to Krishna through the bona fide spiritual master, coming in disciplic succession with appropriate references from the Bhakti-Shastras. Surrender to Krishna through the Guru. Right? That's as important for us. We surrender to Krishna, we have to surrender to Krishna's representative. Krishna's representative takes us to Krishna. A nice quote here from Srila Prabhupada. Karishye vachanam tava, right? This is quoted in the Bhagavad Gita that Arjuna says, Karishye vachanam tava. He said, I'm ready. I'm ready to do what you said. So Prabhupada writes, so to study Bhagavad Gita is to understand Krishna factually. When a person is in full knowledge, he naturally surrenders to Krishna. And when Arjuna understood that it was Krishna's plan to reduce the unnecessary increase of population, he agreed to fight according to Krishna's desire. He again took up his weapons, his arrows and bow, to fight under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book written by a poet or fiction writer. It is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Any person fortunate enough to hear these teachings from Krishna or from his bona fide spiritual representative is sure to become a liberated person and get out of the darkness of ignorance. From the Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, text 72 and 73 purports. So, Karishe Vachanam Tava. Arjuna is saying, yes, I've heard everything. Now I'm ready. I'm ready to do what you want. And Krishna actually said, have you understood? Krishna's asked, he had asked Arjuna, do you understand everything now? What are you going to do? And Prabhupada said that Krishna was ready to tell him the whole Bhagavad Gita again. If he did not understand, then Krishna was ready to repeat the whole Bhagavad Gita for Arjuna. But Arjuna said, no, it's okay, I'm convinced. He said, now I'm ready to do what you want. I'm ready to go to fight. So why did Arjuna fight? Why did he take part in the battle? Because Krishna wanted it. Krishna wanted him to do it. That was the ultimate. This is surrender to Krishna. It's not a question of what I like, what I don't like. We do what Krishna wants. That's surrender. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, any questions?
Thank you so much. Today it's the last session, and with this we will be actually concluding Bhakti-Shastri. So yeah, I'm pretty sure devotees will be having more questions and comments.
Okay. Yeah, very good. How long have they been studying the Bhakti-Shastri?
This is like Maharaj exactly 6 months now.
Oh.
Today is like, yeah, we started on 10th of
18th
August.
18th August.
In that sense, 18th August. Yeah, in that sense, like the orientation was on 10th August, but we started on 18th August. So it's like, if you count the days, it's like 6 months. I would say in that sense, it is a real feat that you could finish in 6 months. Generally, I see sometimes Bhakti-Shastri starting and then not able to, like negotiate in time. So yeah, that's to their credit. Now they will be
very good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we lost 2 days because they had the holiday. We missed out 2 days.
Yes,
we managed to complete.
Again, apologize much for that. That was
no.
Very insolent on our part.
Okay, any question, anything, any comments from anyone? Bhavna?
Before we depart.
Bhavna? No?
There have been devotees, Maharaj, who practically didn't open their mouths throughout the 6 months, but still they were. Today, some of them opened up. I think somebody has a question.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Accept my humble obeisances. I just want to say thank you so much for the wonderful class you have been taken, and it was very well explained, and thank you so much for your mercy. And I want to know about your journey in Krishna consciousness. How you begin and what motivated you?
Oh, I began Krishna consciousness as a young man in London. You know, I had just graduated from the university and I'd taken a job in London. And I was working there in London one day when I was looking at some books and I got a Krishna book from a shop. I saw this Krishna book. I was attracted, you know, and I purchased the book. And then I took it home and showed my friend, and my friend said he also had a book, and he said, I think it's the same author. This was 1971, you know, and there were very few books, and Prabhupada did not publish really. There was no money, there was no BBT, you know, but somehow, you know, George Harrison had paid for the first volume of the Krishna book. And I purchased it, and I took it. When I took it home, my friend had another book, it was called The Topmost Yoga System. And you know, we were both really impressed, you know, and we decided we had to go to the temple. The devotees had actually come, you know, from the USA, and they were staying in London, and they'd opened a temple there in London. And so I thought, I always wanted to go, but it wasn't until I got the book, and when I actually read the book, I have to go to the temple, I have to go and find out more. So I went to the temple, and I used to go every night. They had arti every evening, and we'd come there and sing and dance, and kirtan, ecstatic kirtan, you know, every night. And the devotees said, you know, you can come for the morning program. They said, why don't you stay overnight? You know, then you can have the morning program and then go to work. You go to your job after, you know, morning. That's it. Well, yeah, okay, you know. So I was staying in the temple, and I was going to the Mongol Arti and doing some chanting, and then go off to work. I did that for a few weeks, and then they said, you know, you give up that job, you know, you don't need that job. So I gave up my job, and I became full-time devotee. And that's how it happened. I was always thinking, I don't know if we can ever survive, because we had no money and we couldn't pay the rent, but somehow I was thinking, how long can it last? You know, we we couldn't hardly buy food, but to make an offering for the deities was difficult. But somehow or other, we kept surviving, and it was really a miracle. But here we are, you know, 50 more years down the road, you know, and Krishna consciousness becomes so well established, so strong. So many more centers opened up, and so many huge numbers of devotees and congregation. And so, like that. So I was serving Prabhupada.
That, like, Maya is really very strong, that people can easily drag into it. Have you never experienced that things after going temple or like that? Have you never like thought that in this material world, didn't you enjoy anything of life? So how just you easily come into temple and take sannyas, took sannyas?
You mean, did I fall into Maya?
Yes, Maharaj. I want to ask that, like, Maya is really very strong, and people are really easily like entangled in that. So, have you never experienced like this thing?
Well, before I became a devotee, of course, we were in Maya, right? Before becoming a devotee, it's all Maya. My whole life was Maya. But after coming to Krishna consciousness, we're more aware of Maya. Maya, of course, Maya is still there. Bits of Maya, sometimes overeating, sometimes oversleeping, sometimes like that. Some little bits of Maya, but nothing too bad. Yeah. Krishna protects. And because when you stay in the ashram, when you stay with the devotees, and the devotees are always taking care, ashram is a shelter, so it's protection from Maya. It's a bit difficult for people who don't live in the ashram. You're living outside, we would say outside, living in your home or something away from the ashram. So it's not quite the same. But when you're living in the ashram with the devotees, then it's much easier and much safer. And you have a shelter. Of course, sometimes when I go to other places, sometimes pioneering, there's no temple. Sometimes I go just on my own sometimes, to do some pioneering work. So I need the mercy. I need the shelter. I need some association, some devotee there. Even if there's no temple, there should be some devotee there. Somebody. Of course, sometimes you go places where there are no devotees. You have to start from the beginning. You have to make devotees. You have to get people, bring them to Krishna consciousness. Krishna's been merciful. Krishna's helped me, given me a protection.
And Maharaj, your family also supported you?
Well, I'm from the West, Western culture, we're not so much intimate, I went to college, like at 17, I kind of left home, 17, I went to college, and when I was at college, I was supported with government grants, money from the government. My family didn't support me or anything, but they didn't mind. I became a devotee, and then later on, even also one of my sisters also became a devotee and took initiation from Prabhupada. So I figure the family not so unfavorable. I mean, they can see my life is different from other people, but they see other people, their lives are not so good, they have alcohol problems, drug problems, they have marriage and divorce problems, all of these things, So at least they see I'm happy and I'm safe under the shelter of Krishna. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Krishna Maharaj, we have got another hand up. Yes. This Namrata as a hand up. Just a brief, Maharaj, comment. Actually, in Pakistan, they have never seen what is called an ashram because they have seen a proper temple. So hardly anybody understands what's an ashram, brahmachari ashram. It's just there are devotees over there who so much some of the boys when they initially come in contact. And they generally are very fired up, kind of, we want to join, we want to become brahmacharis. And then after a few months, when they understand what that actually means, it's different. Anyway, you have got hand up, Maharaj. Namrata is there. Thank you, Maharaj. Sorry for me being too much of a botheration, Maharaj, in chatterbox.
Okay, yes, Manaji. What's the name? Yes,
please accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj, I have a question that how you decide that Srila Prabhupada will be your guru, and also how one should decide that to which guru they can choose, and like what they can see and how they can decide. I want to ask that. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's actually explained when you do the ISKCON disciple course. You know, we have a thing called the ISKCON disciple course. I think you've maybe not done that yet, huh? Did you attend that course?
Yes, Prabhu. I have done that, Maharaj.
So didn't they teach you about how to select the guru?
Yeah, they did, but still also like I don't. I'm not. Yeah,
well, okay. So when I joined the Krishna consciousness movement, Prabhupada came, and after, I'd been a devotee about 6 months or something, and Prabhupada came to London, and at that time he gave us, if the temple president recommended us, Prabhupada would give us initiation. So we were, at that time, all Prabhupada was initiating everyone. Nobody else was initiating. Prabhupada was the founder Acharya, so he initiated everyone. We were all happy to get initiation from Prabhupada. We certainly desired it. Before coming to Krishna consciousness, I'd read books by other so-called spiritual teachers. And there was even some people would give initiation, but I never actually took it up. I'd heard about it. We had the different people, you're supposed to pay them some money and they would give you initiation, give you a secret mantra or something. So I'd heard about these things before becoming a devotee. But then I came to Krishna consciousness and we heard about Prabhupada and how Prabhupada was in Parampara, and we understood more about Prabhupada's authority and spiritual position. So we were eager to get initiation from him. Now, generally the process of selecting the guru, selecting a spiritual teacher, is you have to hear from him. Right? In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna describes in chapter 4, text 34, the famous verse, try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. And the verse goes on to describe how to approach the spiritual master. It says, inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. So that's the duty of the devotee, the one who wants to become the disciple. That first of all, you have to be humble. You have to fall down and submit yourself. Tadvidi pranipatena. Pranipatena means to submit yourself before the spiritual teacher. And tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena. Then you have to put inquiries before him. And the inquiries should be relevant to spiritual life. They should not be foolish inquiries. Some people will say, oh, Swamiji, what's in my hand? What does my hand say? Or Swamiji, tell me a lucky number. Foolish things. So you don't want that kind of inquiry. And you have to do service also for the spiritual teacher. So that's the duty of the disciple, and the duty of the teacher, the qualification of the teacher is also mentioned in the verse in the Bhagavad Gita. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshyanti te jnanam jnanenas tattvadarshana. So it's the self-realized soul, the spiritual teacher, has seen the truth, and he can impart knowledge unto us. So sometimes, you get people, they say, well, I know the truth, but I can't put it into words. So they won't be able to teach you anything. But rather, point is the spiritual teacher, not only does he know the truth, but he can explain it to you in a manner in which we can understand. So this was Srila Prabhupada's very important qualification, that not only did he know the truth, but he could also explain it in a language in which common people like myself could understand. Even though I had no background, no real cultural background or information, but Prabhupada's books were understandable. They made sense. And I was convinced just by reading his book. So like that, and Prabhupada also recommends that in selecting the spiritual teacher, the process is that you have to hear from him. And you should hear for about a year. And you should be convinced that this person, he can actually help me, he can save me. And then at that time, then you approach for initiation. Because initiation, actually, it's a commitment that you're finished with material life. Not that you have to give up your job or leave your home or anything, but we give up sinful activities and we commit ourselves to spiritual practice, regular chanting of the holy name, things like that. All right, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. That was convincing us. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, any other questions?
Yes, I've got so many hands flying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Ishwar, you got to open your microphone.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Ishwar.
Maharaj, I just want to say thank you so much for your valuable and precious time, and especially your mercy on us. And I just want to say I loved your whole session, the way you teach us, like your discussion sessions, breakouts, and when you teach us, you all discuss the revise and the whole backup story, back shlokas, then the next whole story. Thank you, thank you so much. And
okay.
Maharaj, I want to request you, come and visit in Pakistan and give us your pure association. Please, Maharaj.
Are you also in Hyderabad?
Yes, Maharaj.
Are you in Hyderabad?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Ishwar. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. All right. Anybody else's hand is up? Yes, Maharaji?
Yes, Maharaj. So many.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj, first I have a question too, but first I really want to give a feedback that thank you so much for accepting, for mercifully accepting our invitation, for facilitating us with the chapters of Bhagavad Gita 13 to 18. It was very rare for us, and I also ask for forgiveness for sending you the disturbance, irritating follow-up messages. And Maharaj, there are a lot of things which I have learned from you, but which definitely touched my heart. Like the way you specially every session, the way for 1 hour you repeat every previous session for us, so that we can understand, or we can at least retain or remain those things which in our heart, which you are trying us to learn or teach from Bhagavad Gita. And thank you so much also that for sharing those memorable days which you had with Srila Prabhupada, and helping us to relish those moments which were in past and we were not there. And because of that, I believe that it strengthens our relationship with Srila Prabhupada and the Guru Parampara. So thank you for that, Maharaj. at last, I'm very introvert, Maharaj, personally speaking, and I'm very hesitant to speak the senior and advanced devotees like you, especially other disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Even when I was in UK, I met them a lot. I have seen many disciples of Srila Prabhupada, like His Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Devamrit Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Chandramauli Swami Maharaj. I remember he was distributing the biscuits, and I was just running after that to grab and catch that biscuit, and he just looked at me, but I couldn't talk to him. I couldn't ask for the blessings because of my shyness. But you helped me a lot to speak, to do not hesitate, the way you asked me about the America and all. So thank you so much, Maharaj. That encouragement will always remain with me, and hope so when I'll go to the Florida, as I shared with you, and to Detroit, I'll try my best to not to hesitate there. And so thank you so much, Maharaj. And we will really, really, really miss you, because I enjoyed your association a lot. You are so friendly, Maharaj. So thank you so much. My question is that, Maharaj, like, what still surprises you, or like you think about the Krishna consciousness that still amazes you personally? Because sometimes we became so much like we don't have like honestly speaking, you are at this age, but still you remember a lot of verses from Bhagavad Gita. But we even forgot about, like, what to speak of Sanskrit, we forget the translation. So I really want to know, like, how you feel something kind of like what surprises you, that you think that Krishna consciousness, something is Krishna consciousness, very interesting.
Oh, well, I think that the most interesting thing in Krishna consciousness is Srila Prabhupada. That Srila Prabhupada's whole life, his whole mission, his whole dedication to set up this movement, I think it's all very mystical and amazing. And his books are especially mystical, very powerful. How his books affect so many people is just inconceivable. So it's so nice. You can see even in Pakistan, devotees, people are also becoming Krishna conscious.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Now I've got more hands up, Maharaj. Bina.
Okay. Yeah?
Bina, by Bankas. Yeah, some devotees are tired. And no, but they are not tired. They are really like very, very interested. Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bina.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Thank you so much. And your teaching way, like you explain the things by connecting the previous verses, and that how you summarize the whole Gita. It was so amazing, and we are so blessful that we get your association. And Maharaj, my request is that please visit Pakistan and give your pure association to us.
Okay, certainly we will try to do that. Thank you very much for your invitation.
Maharaj, Maharaj, let me interject and tell you that you are then, I believe you are going ranking number 1 in terms of the requests you are getting to visit Pakistan. So many devotees. Barka Maharaj, another devotee. Yeah, please, Barka, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisance. I have 2 things: the feedback and the question. The feedback, if I start, I don't know where to start with. My heart is totally filled with gratitude, because it's like the most lovable teaching I got from you, because like whatever you said, it always stayed with me. A lot of points to jot down, and a lot of things to take from this whole And the one point that stays with me, I would say the one point you said, it was like, live, learn, and keep distributing the knowledge you absorb. Never keep it, because we can never absorb it. Everything, so we need to distribute it. So I'm really grateful for the teachings and for your great association, Maharaj. Thank you so much for blessing us with your great association.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for your kind words.
And Maharaj, I have one question. The question is like, as we were reading the whole Bhagavad Gita throughout the Bhakti-Shastri, I want to know how you're reading for Bhagavad Gita as you studied it first time, and from now, how your perspective on it changed. Because it's like they say that we never stop reading it, we continue reading it again and again and again. So I want to know how it changed.
Wow, that's just unbelievable how it's changed. Yeah, certainly, in the beginning, I really didn't understand very much at all. We would just read, and we had the abridged edition in the beginning. It was just abridged. There were no purports, and there was no Sanskrit. And so many things. It was brief. So we didn't learn very much, but still we read it. And then later, some years later, then we got the full Bhagavad Gita, and we could learn it in more detail. And then in more recent times, we got things like Bharijan Prabhu wrote his book, which was based on the commentaries of people like Baladeva Vidyabhusan and Vishwanath Chakravarti, and it explained also more in detail. I found it was very valuable. Bharijan Prabhu is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and he wrote the book Surrender Unto Me. So I found that book very helpful in studying Bhagavad Gita also. And sometimes also read the commentaries, the original commentaries of Baladeva and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So there's so much, as you said, the Bhagavad Gita, it goes deeper and deeper. The more, every time you read it, you get more and more from it. So, I first came across the Bhagavad Gita when I was a student. They had in a humanity course, they were offering course on the Bhagavad Gita, but I didn't understand anything there, really. But then coming to Krishna consciousness, and it was nice to hear people my young age, when I was a young man, that people my age, from my background, they were speaking on the Bhagavad Gita, so it was more relevant for me. And then we got Srila Prabhupada's lectures also on Bhagavad Gita, helped a lot. At one point, when we got the Bhakti-Vedanta Manor, then Prabhupada came to London, and he was giving Bhagavatam class in the morning, and every evening he'd give Bhagavad Gita class. And he lectured one verse after the other. So it was very helpful hearing Prabhupada's lectures. And you could see much more how everything fits together. And Prabhupada's translation and everything, it's so much easier to follow. But still, there's so much you can keep going, it's endless, it's deeper and deeper, there's so much to be understood. Just like we see Bhakti-Shastri Bhagavad Gita, you could do Bhakti-Vedanta Bhagavad Gita, You could do Bhakti-Vaibhava Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti-Sarvabhauma Bhagavad Gita. It can go deeper and deeper, as deep as the ocean. Like in the ocean, you can wade in the shore, but you can go deep into the sea. So it's like that, like the ocean. Okay, thank you very much for your question. Hare Krishna.
There's more hand up, Maharaj. Sagar Katrani.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Maharaj, thank you so much for your association. But I was remember that I really feel that very, very sad when I remember that incident when you go in class and I don't present. Sometimes because of my unseriousness, I feel that this is my most this was my mistake, especially. I don't know how can I say that. Please apologize me, because I learn from my seniors. The main of things is that you respect the devotees, and because I do some mistakes, so please apologize me, Maharaj. And your explanation way, especially me, is most auspicious for me, because in that whole Bhakti-Shastri session, I was learning from other devotees, different devotees of Prabhupada disciples. It was my first time when I heard from Prabhupada disciples, and I feel I learned most of the things which I don't know before this session. Especially thank you so much, Maharaj, and whole Bhakti-Shastri facilitators who facilitate this course. Very, very, very especially, and very grateful devotees are coming, associations. It's like it's the temple. I feel that I am in the temple in totally 6 months. It's like a temple. We are association with different types of devotees, and there's pastimes, how he can connect the Krishna consciousness, how you feel some, how you treat some things which are coming, how you treat some problems. I have learned a lot of things in this session. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Very good. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Maharaj, here's a comment by Seem. Oh, okay, this is Gayatri Maharaj. She is requesting that let me go first. Seema will have to wait.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranams. Actually, I wanna ask that, have you ever thought about giving up Krishna consciousness? Means now you are in a stage that you will not think about this like anymore. But when you start Krishna consciousness in the starting, have you ever thought that you should give up all the things and do the things that other people are doing?
No. To tell you the truth,
We really thought like this.
I never really, whenever I think about people outside, I feel so sorry. I see how much they're suffering. People are suffering outside of Krishna consciousness. I think they're so unfortunate. I always think how to bring people into Krishna consciousness. Bringing people into Krishna consciousness is much nicer than the thought of ever going out of Krishna consciousness.
It was so good, but we sometimes think like that. Not always, but rarely. Like, we just fed up from all the things of Krishna consciousness, and we not decide, but we think we should give up this and just do our all the day works like study and study. So how just can we stop thinking like this?
Yeah, you get very addicted to your studies, I know. Anyway, you have to try to complete your studies, put it behind you, and go on with your life. This studies, material knowledge, just bind you deeper in the material world. Don't get too attached to all this studying. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for your association. Very, very grateful for your association.
Hare Krishna.
Come to us and visit Pakistan so that we can meet you face to face.
Okay, yeah, we'll try to do that.
Yes, please.
I was just wondering, Maharaj, if she can show her face first. No, like.
I can show my face.
Ah, there she is. Yeah,
I just missed that part. Yeah, demanding to meet him face to face. I mean, I don't know how will Maharaj recognize you like without this faceless face facing someone. Anyway, Maharaj, this is Simal Maji. Simal, go ahead.
Please accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj, all I want to say is that you have been so cute since the very first class. If I had to describe you in just one word, it will be cute. And I have learned so many things from you, and I truly appreciate that. And also the way you say okay and it's my favorite part. You know, like you are so cute.
Oh, thank you. Very nice of you for your kind words.
Yeah.
Thank you for your participation in this course. We hope you'll go on and study more. You know, we have many courses. Bhakti-Shastri is only one course. You can go on to Bhakti-V.V. and study Srimad Bhagavatam. You know, it'd be very nice for you. You have a good command in English, so it's not difficult for you. And you'd find so much benefit also.
Just on a side note, his father is a professor in Sindh University, and she is a bookworm.
A bookworm, really?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. So you like
Sunil. Sorry, Maharaj. Please go ahead, Maharaj.
So I was just going to say, you know, you like to study more. We have a lot of courses. You'll enjoy taking part, and you can help even facilitating. You know, now that you finish Bhakti-Shastri, you can go on. You can also teach it for other people. You know, it's also a good thing to do. That's the idea. You know, we train people. We need people like you to teach to others. You know. And spread the knowledge. Get more people to read. Okay, Sunil Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Maharajji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Maharajji, first of all, please forgive me. I guess this is the first time that I have unmute my mic in throughout your whole session. So I want to thank, because this course totally changed my vision to learn and to read Bhagavad Gita, and I've learned many things from you and from other disciples of Srila Prabhupada and other Maharaj. So I am thankful to all of you, and I'm thankful to His Grace Bhamal Prasad Prabhu, so that he arranged this course for us. We have learned a lot of things. Actually, my vision is totally changed how to read Bhagavad Gita, how to understand. I've learned many things, especially from you. Thank you, Maharaj.
Okay, thank you, Sunil.
Just Maharaj, a word for Sunil Prabhu. It's very difficult. He's actually at present in his shop. It's like he has started a new business. He started the business after he registered for Bhakti-Shastri, and he was compelled to leave his hometown and go to a far off place. And despite that, he didn't really give up on that. He's still with all whatever challenges, he's still doing it. That's all I can say, Maharaj.
Oh, very good. Very nice. He could keep up the Bhakti-Shastri, although he had to change his situation.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Actually, I'm trying my best to, because I think personal thing, it's a call from the Krishna that this is the last time come and wake up and come to me. I personally feel like that. So I try to manage my time for this.
Okay. Yeah, very nice. Please continue in that way. Okay, so I think that's it. There's no more hands.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Oh, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj with Vina. I am very grateful for you give us such a pure association, and your words always remember me. When I do my devotional service, I feel sometimes that I am not doing properly or like that. But when I take your classes or when you give us such a pure association, just always remember me to give my association and to improve my sadhana. Thank you for such a beautiful association, and I am requesting you to please come and visit Pakistan.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for keeping up your sadhana. Please continue. Don't ever give up your sadhana. Hare Krishna. So I want to thank all devotees and congratulate all of you.
Hare Prema. Yes, and there are so many messages, in the chat box. Oh my God! At least we can. Hare Priya is there, Maharaj.
Hare Priya.
Hare Krishna Maharaj Ji, please accept my humble obeisances. First of all, thank you so much, Maharaj Ji, for your association. It's my first unit in Bhakti-Shastri. I attended which gave a sannyasi whole session, so it was yours. So thank you so much. I am truly grateful. And one more thing, I want to share that whenever you ask us something, we give us the references from Bhagavad Gita. Okay, this is which we can do, but you always ask us what you will do in that situation. Give me a practical application. What you will do. So that thing make me think whatever I'm reading, is it connecting with me? Is it relatable to me? What I will do at that situation. Whatever Krishna wrote, is it? This is already practical, but what I will do at that situation. So that thing give me to brainstorming at that verse. What I will do at that situation. So you give me that vision, so I can connect with that, and I can do what needs to be done for me. What I can do at that situation. So you gave me that vision. So thank you so much for giving me that vision, so I can do those things which Krishna asked me to do in my situation, the way I am living. So thank you, Maharaji, once again.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Hare Priya. Very kind of you. Hare Krishna. So thank all the devotees from Pakistan, and certainly we look forward to coming there and visit you sometime. We hope Krishna can arrange my travel that way. I'll come and meet you all personally and see. And we hope you're all continuing your sadhana, your devotional service. Want to see nice application of this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. The most people in Pakistan, do they read English? Or do you distribute or do Bhagavad Gita there?
English, both English, Urdu and Sindhi.
Oh, and Sindhi also.
Okay. Many of them are Maharaj very good book distributors. Although it's hard to get by. Last year, it was the first time they published their own books. Previous to that, actually the English books, they didn't used to have English books. Quality was not very satisfactory, but at least they published something. And most of these devotees, they have their books, they are all smuggled from India. So that's how it is. But yeah, it's getting better now. Gradually, they have started publishing their books also. So and they're very, very good book distributors. Yes, they're very, very good. Most of these Matajis, they are very, very, what should I say, aggressive book distributors? Very aggressive book distributors. Still, I've got Shobha Maharaj. I'm sorry, they think they're not letting you off the hook.
Oh, really?
Shobha.
Hare Krishna. Maharaji, Danut Pranams. Maharaji, first of all, thank you very much for your grateful association and bearing us all. And I just wanted to ask a question that how you feel about all the students? Like, are we the good students in whole sessions, or I don't know, maybe we were not much good, but I just wanted to know about all of us, that are we good in all the sessions or not?
Well, yes. You know, we like to see students participate. You know, we like to see students, respond and take part in the activities. It's important for us. We like to see the students, they should attend regularly and they should be physically present, and they should take part, in the activities and have questions and like that. We like that. That shows it's encouraging for the teachers when the students have a lot of questions and they inquire and create discussions. So so I thought you were quite a good class. Yeah, nice. You younger people are generally more like that. Older people tend to be more reserved. But you're younger people, that's nice, and younger people are a bit more, lively, and they like interaction, so that's good. Okay.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.
You can always improve, we should always want to improve, we try.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
So we thank you, Maharaj.
So much, Maharaj.
It was such an honor, Maharaj, that you were here, and it was such a blessing. As a fact, for most of the devotees here in Pakistan, I've been meeting and interacting with a senior advanced devotee, Prabhupada's disciple, sannyasi. I mean, whatever designation you may talk about, they are completely new to it, and in that sense they were exposed to this, and you tolerated them. That's what I'm saying, like the other time also, because they're not very much familiar with they're learning the culture, but still they've got some distance to go. Sometimes they do not know how to even properly address a sannyasi or a senior devotee. Those things are there, they're still lacking that. And but yes, Maharaj, by your blessings and these teachings, we hope that gradually we all will catch up. All will catch up, Maharaj. We pray for you. It will catch up, Maharaj. Thank you very, very much.
Are you going to start another Bhakti-Shastri group after this one?
Yes, there is a plan, Maharaj. Maybe after Gaur Purnima, one of the devotees here. Where is Haripriya? Where is that's Damni. Maharaj, she's right now the student, and she will be coordinating the next Bhakti-Shastri again in English. But that's like that is not going to be exclusively the Pakistani Bhakti-Shastri. It will be students from both India and Pakistan. But the Pakistani part she is doing. Right after this Bhakti-Shastri, she is being engaged. Just like you encouraged Seemal and other devotees, Maharaj. There are many of the devotees will be starting their first preaching endeavor initiative right after this Bhakti-Shastri. We have some plans that many of these devotees. That's the Maharaj. Generally, that's the idea. Many of these devotees are part of groups where the groups are led by ex-Bhakti-Shastri students. That's how Maharaj it started. We started with Bhakti-Shastri. Those who are coming forward to preach first finish their Bhakti-Shastri, and then they come for formal preaching platforms. As of now, there's no such foundation. But we have seen that generally these devotees who are doing Bhakti-Shastri, they volunteer. Those devotees haven't done Bhakti-Shastri generally don't volunteer also. So these devotees are volunteering. Yes, Maharaj, and we hope that we are sure that many of these devotees will be starting within a month. Please,
Okay.
Maharaj, that we highly need your blessing for this. We have
Hare Krishna.
Anything like that in Pakistan. We are attempting this. We need your blessings, Maharaj.
So may Krishna bless all of you. Yeah, we want to hear more about the preaching. Then we'll be more encouraged to come there, right? The more we hear. Okay, so thank you all very much. We wish you all good night, and we'll try to keep in touch, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Wait. अभी जो लोग बच गए रुक जाओ अभी 4-5 पहले भाग गए, ये भाग जाते हैं. एक सेकंड, इम्पोर्टेंट अनाउंसमेंट है. सैटरडे को we would be having our CBA exams at 6 PM Pakistan time. थोड़ा पहले है, ठीक है. जिनको दिक्कत है वो बाद में दे दे. मुझे कोई, मैं बैठ जाऊंगा. दिक्कत आप लोगों को क्या दिक्कत है? दिक्कत तो मुझे होनी है, जो होनी है. सबके साथ बैठना पड़ेगा जा जाके के साथ, ठीक है ना. तो दिक्कत तो आप लोगों को ही होगी नहीं, ठीक है ना. 6 बजे पेपर दे दो, नहीं तो क्या कहते हैं बंदा हाजिर है, ठीक है. सो ओके. और दूसरा ये है कि सैटरडे को सीमल माताजी हैज ऑर्गेनाइज्ड अ वेरी स्पेशल इवेंट. मैंने भक्ति शास्त्री के ग्रुप में भी डाला है. दिस पर्सन राजेंद्र, सीमल आप बताओ, what is this program all about? Seemal, you tell them. बाद में